They are the best-kept secret on the planet.
We'll take it from here.
Who the hell are you?
INS Division 6.
There is no Division 6.
Their mission is to monitor extraterrestrial activities on Earth.
You sold a reverberating carbonizer with mutate capacity to an unlicensed cephalopoid, Jeeves.
It looked all right to me.
Very quiet, please. Full sound. Mark.
Columbia Pictures.
Who are you?
I am just a figment of your imagination.
And Amblin Entertainment present Tommy Lee Jones.
Sir, you can't just...
Don't sir me, young man. You have no idea who you're dealing with.
And Will Smith.
You know what the difference is between you and me? I make this look good.
In a film by Barry Sonnenfeld.
And action.
Jay, something's peeking.
You're doing fine, Ace.
Men in Black.
What happens in this story, Tommy Lee Jones was one of the founding members of the Men in Black.
Put up your arms and all your fingers. The idea is that we have to keep all this alien traffic through our little backwater border town of a planet secret. Give me a splay burn around the perimeter with holes at 40, 60, and 80 meters. NYPD, freeze!
Jay is NYPD. I'm a detective.
He chases down a particularly nimble and malevolent alien.
What's up?
Your world's gonna end.
What the hell are you? All the Men in Black are kind of old, and it's time to recruit new members. And I'm the first new member that Tommy Lee recruits.
You're only here because you're the best of the best.
What's so funny, Edwards?
I got no clue why we're here.
I'm gonna get some coffee. You want some coffee?
No, thank you, I'm fine.
How you doing, fellas? You guys get along all right?
All right, I'm in. It's a science fiction action comedy. With a twist.
Look at this. They keep having to neuralize her so she'll forget everything she's seen. Hey, whoever you guys are, you're gonna have to show me some idea if you're gonna be in the morgue.
Oh, yes, of course, young lady. Have a look at this for me, please.
Would you stop that?
Well, Vincent D'Onofrio's character is a simple redneck idiot.
Please, projectile weapon on the ground.
And he's visited by an alien who eats him. He just simply wraps this idiot's skin in coveralls so that he'll have a disguise while he's going about his villainy here on Earth.
It makes the character very frustrated and angry that he's got to be stuffed into this body and he's got to walk around New York City. He doesn't enjoy what's happening very much.
Hey, this is my truck!
Yeah, and make sure you tell him that down at the impound.
He wants to take over the universe like all bad guys do, you know?
Please.
We had an unauthorized landing somewhere in upstate New York.
Oh, that can be good.
I don't suppose you know what kind of alien life form leaves a green spectral trail in gray sugar water, do you?
Oh, wait, that was on Final Jeopardy last night.
Zed, we have a bug.
Unlimited technology from the whole universe, and we cruise around in a Ford POS.
Fasten your seatbelt.
Cut. Good. We'll go again.
For director Barry Sonnenfeld, who brought us Get Shorty and the Addams Family, the concept behind Men in Black was a natural one.
I truly believe that we don't have a clue about what's really going on. I love the fact that I could make a movie and play it totally for the reality of the situation with aliens in it and let the world know that we truly don't know. I mean, every day I walk around New York going, alien, gotta be an alien.
At any given time, there are around 1,500 aliens on the planet, most of them right here in Manhattan. And most of them are decent enough. They're just trying to make a living.
Cab drivers.
Not as many as you'd think.
You can expect all manner of creatures. Some that look like a cross between a snail and a horse. Some that we call the worm guys for quite obvious reasons.
Well, the worm guys are slackers, man.
So, you guys seen the wangas?
But they're rude. They call you names and stuff.
To bring Men in Black's unique alien life to the screen, producers Walter Parks and Laurie McDonald turned to 4-time Academy Award winner Rick Baker.
Rick's stuff is not only really imaginative, but it's really witty also. I mean, there's spin on all of it, and both of those things are absolutely essential.
That's what's fun about this. We're doing, we've got men in suits, we've got little mechanical guys, we've got big mechanical guys, all kinds of makeups. It's pretty much everything I've done for my career, all packed into one movie.
And for the film's numerous special effects, they turned to industry leader, Industrial Light and Magic.
We can do creatures, we can do flying saucers, we can do sort of state-of-the-art computer-generated monsters, and then something that looks like a 50s science fiction movie scene.
It's a very action-packed movie.
You're under arrest for violating sections 4153 of the Tyco Treaty.
This is like the ultimate police force. Step away from your busted-ass vehicle and put your hands on your head. Like this?
The universe is a large and varied place. And we are not living in the center of it.
Men in Black.
The script was very different than what we actually shot. Half of it took place underground in Laurel, Kansas, where there were giant grape jelly eating bugs.
I did it because it looked like a real good idea. I signed on just from reading the comic books before there was even a script. I said I'd really like to do this because I think, you know, smart and talented people will come to it. I was astounded and elated when Stephen and Barry and Will and Rick Baker, ILM, and all the other people came in. I didn't think all those dominoes would fall.
Steven Spielberg called me, and Barry Sonnenfeld said his wife sat up in the bed after she read the script and screamed Will Smith.
I first heard about the Men in Black when a friend of mine saw a large black car, and he said, that looks like what the Men in Black would drive. And I was immediately fascinated, and I pressed him for information. And he told me the stories about how these mysterious men in black appear to cover up UFO sightings. And it immediately struck me that this would be a great project.
I read the script and signed on to the script before I ever read the comic, which is very dark.
The thing that was cool to me is that it's not an alien movie where here come the aliens and now we're all in jeopardy, or ooh, here come the aliens, aren't they amazing? This is more like, here's a group of guys who secretly monitor and keep track of them, and that's their job. This is the reality of the situation, and let's go from there.
Why don't you show him the imports, Jeeps?
Hey, Kay, how are you?
Show him the imports right now.
I got out of that business a long time
I was trying to show a certain comedic quality there, just from the juxtaposition of the weird goings-on and having the characters be blasé about things that would drive normal people out of their minds.
Crazy. Why don't you get a massage? Take a cruise.
Drop the weapon and put your hands on your head.
The tone kept becoming realer. I kept talking about sort of playing it as a police procedural situation, sort of like French Connection almost, except when you're shaking a guy down, you're shaking down an alien.
Rosenberg said something about a galaxy on Orion's belt. What's he talking about, Frank?
Beats me.
Beats you.
The script I first read took place over many different locations. It was in Kansas and in Nevada and in Washington, D.C. and in Los Angeles. And my feeling was always centralize it in New York, that if there are aliens on this planet, where they would feel most comfortable is in New York.
Do you see this? Huh? NYPD means I will knock your punk ass down.
He's coming. He's coming.
Yeah, when he gets here, I'll arrest his ass too.
I was contacted early on. Steve Mullen, who was one of the producers and knew that it would take time to come up with the designs and to actually build this stuff pre-production.
Rick is doing all the on-set creature makeup. He's done creature design. In many cases, we're taking his designs and creating computer-generated versions of these creatures.
I personally felt that in the script that I was given, there weren't enough aliens. And being a geek kind of monster movie fan that I am, you know, kind of said, you know, if I go see a movie like this, I want to see some stuff. You know, the Will Smith's character's introduction to the fact that aliens were really here on this planet originally weren't the worm guys. It was in a bar, and the Tommy Lee Jones character was saying, Chucky, the bartender here, is an alien. In the script, he lifted up the skin of his neck and light came out, and that was it. And I said, you know, I'm sorry, but personally I think that's kind of lame. So the idea that we came up with was his face would open up like a door, and there'd be a little green man in there working his levers, and he would kind of wave at the guy and then pull a lever and it would close back up. And inside there would be little monitors so you could see what he was seeing and all this. And they said, we liked that idea so much, we decided to put him in Mr. Gentle instead.
Linda, I think you're leaning on your wrong.
That was actually one of the first aliens that I saw when I came on the film, and that really charged me up. I was extremely excited after that.
Rick has a wonderful imagination. You can expect all manner of creatures. Some that look like a cross between a snail and a horse. Some that we called the worm guys for quite obvious reasons. There was the jellyfish guys, and there were the little turtle guys.
I wonder what kind of childhood he had. I mean, Rick is a nice guy, but there must be some weird stuff going on in his crib at night. Some of the creatures he created, like the slug guy. Where'd that come from?
The universe is a large and varied place in our story, and we are not living in the center of it.
I think we did more drawings on this one film than I've done in my whole career put together. But I think Mikey was probably the most funny. He could do so much more than you saw him do in the film. You could have made a whole TV series around this one character. He was really funny.
Take Jose's head.
You know how many treaties you just violated?
One.
Oh, try 7.
That's enough, Mikey. You hand me that head.
It was decided that because it basically had 2 arms and 2 legs and a head, that we could make it a man in a suit. And I specified that we could make this a man in a suit if we used John Alexander, who's a suit performer that I've used a lot, because John can do things that nobody else can really do.
Being so enclosed in the suit and my face was in the neck of Mikey, I was really running out of air. And as my body heat built up, it pushed out even more oxygen that was there. So in the end, I was really gasping for air.
Knowing that there was one point where Mikey was going to have to take off and run and leap, we decided that it was beyond the capability of the suit and it would have to be a CG character. So ILM got scans of our maquette and created their CG model from that.
Here's his maquette, which was sent up to us. This is half of his body, split down. This is his head and shoulders. And we took what he had given us as a costume, and it was our job to make those work together. But one of the problems we had is that he's actually quite appealing, and he had to be killed. So you don't want the audience to be disappointed to see him go. So we had to make him look frightening. So you can see the skin pulling back and having it really reveal this incredible, savage-looking mouth. And then we put all this awful-looking saliva in there to try to make him look horrible. So then when he takes off and runs away, he's killed and splattered into a million shreds of blue goo. It's not horrifying. It's kind of relieved, hopefully.
His fingers and his hands and his flippers and his nose and his teeth and etc. All those things are defined in the wireframe. The next thing that has to happen is we have to give that surface some characteristics about how it reflects light. In our case, of course, it's virtual light that's created in our computer rendering program, but it works more or less along the same lines as normal physical light. Many times our paint artists, creature artists who have been doing this work for years, painting on latex monsters, they're now using that same skill to do the paint work onto our three-dimensional computer graphics models. The tools are all different, but the artistry remains the same.